Alright, so I got this problem with my E46 C-pillars. So I'm going to go ahead and reupholster them. I bought some dope fabric today. Sounds kind of weird saying, but I went to Joann's, bought some pretty rad fabric. So I'm going to redo these. I'm going to do all of them, but right now I'm just going to do my C-pillars because it's the worst. So got to take out this light, and there's a T20 underneath this, and then got to pull this panel out without breaking it, which shouldn't be hard. Ends right there. So we'll get that done and then reupholster them. All right. So this was just these little copper clips on the front side of it, holding it in place. I just pulled out gently and the rest of it came out. There's one plug here, and that's gonna stay in there. And mine is actually missing the T20 screw that goes in there. So this should just pop out. There's a couple clips in here somewhere. Feels like there's one up there. Let's see. Get that out of my way. Okay. Alright, so there were two clips up top, kind of broke this one, and this is just wedged into the bottom corner. You can see how simple it goes. These little tabs just hold it in place up top. Alright, so there's one off. Get the other one off. Alright, same idea on this side. These guys just got bent a little bit, but it's out now. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. I have this car seat in here. Didn't bother taking it out. Rip that, get that out of my way. And there's two clips up here. Oh, this one came out easy. There we go. There's the other clip. I'll work on that in a second. Alright, so this is the fabric I chose. And this is how I'm sizing it. So this is like half a yard or a little over half a yard's worth, but I want the pattern to go vertical on it. So I'm just draping it over, making sure I have enough fabric. And then I'm going to trim it. Do the same thing with the other side. And then I'll use the adhesive, get everything nice and tight, and then completely trim the edges and get it all squared up proper. Alright, and for this I'm using this fast tack force field upholstery adhesive again, same one I used on the A-pillars. I'm going to take the A-pillars off and redo them in this fabric so they match too. But I'm using the same stuff. So I'm going to spray the back side of my fabric as well as the piece that I'm going to upholster, and then put it all back together and let it dry a little bit before I reinstall it into the car. got adhesive on both of them, and I want the pattern to be lined up with this edge so I can keep it consistent with the other side. This stuff is a little forgiving, not too much, but and now I just have to trim it and then tuck it a little bit so I have something to adhere to the inside, so that way it keeps it with its right form when I put it back in the car. I use this liquid stitch stuff just on the edges, just to tuck it over so it doesn't, it's just a small little bead just so it doesn't get frayed or anything. So I just use a small bead all the way around on the inside.
Look at that.
So there it is, freshly upholstered. Got to cut a lot of this fabric out so the light can go back in.
Just like cutting grip tape on a skateboard.
Except, well, I guess kind of sticky on the bottom too. And so here's the first completed one, first completed C-pillar. I'd say it took me about 20 minutes to get it this far. And then I just have to reinstall it and should be good for a while. Alright, so this is the freshly upholstered piece. It's gonna go up there. It's a pretty good contrast to like the roof and the seats and everything, a little bit different. It's a more fun pattern. I'll end up doing this too. This will be next, and then I'll redo the fronts. I'll do videos on those two when I get them done. So I'm going to install these. Should just be pressing those back in there, making sure these tabs get in these little slots, and then pressing these two back into those holes. Mine didn't have the 20mm screw that a lot of them have right here that holds it into the C-pillar, but I'm not complaining. So let me get this in now. Alright, so I finally got it. This bitch to get this down here at the very bottom corner. I got it in though. Now I just have to plug in the light and push it back up. and should be in business. There we go. Pretty sick. I guess it doesn't want to go back.
Okay, good.
Go.
You can just get another clip for it.
Alright, and one of these broke off, but it's not a big deal. I still have one up there. And I don't plan on doing this again. Alright, we'll put this light up. And then both sides will be good and I'm done with the C-pillars. We're good on both sides now. Cool. Took about, in total, maybe 2 hours of work, but it got done. Got a lot of fabric. I'll make a video on the next ones I do, which will probably be the B pillars, and then I'm gonna redo the A pillars again with this matching fabric, so they're all good and matching. This one came out pretty good and is a little bit easier than I thought. Alright, so in total, I spent about $20 on the fabric. It was on sale at Joann's. Can't go wrong with that. I know the C-pillars, you know, you can buy the whole set and everything, replace them for about $500. Or you can just spend a couple hours getting used to doing something, save yourself some bucks. But that was C-pillars in today. That was my first time doing the C-pillars. My second time ever doing that. From the last video, those A pillars are still holding up, but they're starting to look ugly to me, so I'm going to take them off as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like it if it helped at all.